Yo, welcome to my channel. It's your boy Rabbit back with another Rogue Company video. And in today's video, I got my Season 6 Rogue Company settings for you. If you're new around here and like Rogue Company content, consider subscribing and help me get to 1K subs by the end of April. Also, if you enjoy this video, consider hitting the like button because it lets me know you're enjoying the content and it helps my video get recommended to others that watch Rogue Company videos. But with all that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day and I will talk to you all in the next one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is my display settings. My display settings never change. It's been the same as every settings video I've ever done. Except for brightness. It's usually 60. I put it down to 55 because it just like been hurting. It was hurting my eyes just sitting here staring at a screen all day. So I lowered my brightness. I guess 5 isn't the biggest difference from 60 to 50, but you can definitely tell a difference in game. Especially on like maps like Factory when the smoke comes up. I can't see nothing and it just hurts my eyes, so I put it down to 55. But everything up top is the same. Full screen, 1920 by 1080. V-Sync's off. Safe frame rate's 100%. Like always, I used to try nope color blindness, so it gives my game a brighter effect. Or like a better looking effect whenever I'm in-game. My view distance, I keep it on high. Out of all these, view distance is the one thing you should not have on low. You should keep it high so you can see targets from far away. Shadow should always be low because it hurts your performance a lot. Anti-aliasing and textures, I keep them on medium just because I make videos like I always say and I just want them to look the best. There isn't the biggest difference between low and medium, but medium gives it just a little bit better effect. Post-processing does the same thing where it makes the game look just a tiny bit better. And visual effects and foliage make the computer run just as bad as shadows, that's why I keep them on low. Okay, moving on to audio. My audio I just change around a lot because it resets randomly for me for some reason every once in a while. But for master volume, I keep on 90%. I keep the music off because the music in this game is copyright and I don't want my videos to be copyright striked. I keep all these at 20%, all the cues for in-game. I keep sound effects at 90%, and voice chat, it depends on how loud the randoms are, like I always say. I keep voice chat on, I keep it on voice clips and comms. I don't know, it really doesn't matter. Push to talk, you should always have push to talk on because nobody wants to hear your background noise. Unless you absolutely need to turn it off, keep it on, please. And 3D headphones, I have them on currently, but they're not working currently on some maps. Some maps, it's bugged currently, so it sounds the same as when you have them off. But 3D headphones is the way. They're the better headphones, so if you have good headphones, they can hear like 3D sounds, you should definitely keep this on. Okay, moving on to my controls. Nothing here has changed pretty much at all. I have hold the crouch off, I have hold the sprint on, I have auto sprint off, and I have shoulder swap off. My hold the sprint, I change this depending on if I'm playing on keyboard or controller. But I usually only play on keyboard now because I've been grinding again. Controllers I only use that when I don't feel like leaning up in my chair. I just feel like laying back in my chair, I just use the controller. But my mouse sensitivity is a 2.6. My targeting sensitivity is a 47. And my scope sensitivity is a 36. And my DPI, for those of you who ask, because I always forget to put it in the videos, is 1000. I use a 1000 DPI. ADS mode's on hold. These two are on off. Those don't really matter. And okay, moving on to my binding. My bindings still have never changed either. Not much has changed. Like, I don't change my settings around that very much. So I have M for map. I don't never open my map. It's the most useful thing in this game. B to store, tab to scoreboard, E push to talk. I use my X to ping. Use my Z to emote. I use the middle mouse button for quips, Y for team comms, and F6 and F7 to vote for surrendering. For moving, I use WSAD like the default, like spacebar to jump, sprint left shift, crouch is C, and dodge roll on default is usually control, but I have it on mouse 4. So that's always been the same bind I've always used. I always use that in every game. The roll or slide is always mouse 4. Okay, aiming's by default. F to interact, R to reload. My gadget is set to my mouse 5 button. I always say I always do that so it's easier to throw nades so I don't have to move my finger off. Like, say I'm moving right, I don't have to move my finger off to hit G. I just use my mouse button and I can throw a nade 10 times easier on there, so that's why I put it on mouse 5. Toggle shoulder E, ability Q. Swap gadget 5. Swap to each weapon is 1 and 2. Melee 3. Swap bomb 4. And it's scroll wheel, and I use V to melee. I'm pretty sure that's default. But that's my bindings. Okay, moving on to gameplays and social. For gameplay, I don't know what in here I touch that much. The only thing I think I change in here is my crosshair every once in a while, but I have quick cast on, I have auto pickup on. You should have both of these on, but if I'm playing controller, I turn quick cast off because I want to be able to hold my nade. My language is English. Double press time, I never know what this does. I always just keep it to the lowest. I don't think it really matters though, what you have it on. Clips and comms I have on. Okay, display numbers and accumulating display, I keep those both on. My FPS, I have it off because I don't want to sit there and focus on if I'm dropping FPS. I don't want to know that I'm dropping FPS and sit there and focus on it and screw up my gameplay. There's people who sit there and have this on and just sit there and complain that, oh, my FPS is dropping and stuff, and it literally makes them play worse, and they can blame it on that when they lose. I see comp players do that all the time. They're sitting there complaining about their FPS. I'm like, bro, focus on your game. Yeah, you're dropping FPS, but what can you do? Okay, for my crosshair color, I have it on white or cyan, normally. One of those two, depending on how I'm feeling. My crosshair height is 8, and my width is 2. Those are always what I use. Sometimes I have it on like 10, but I have it on 8 right now. My shotgun reticle, I have it on medium. I never use shotguns ever, but I keep it on medium. Okay, and the DMR crosshair, I've been like using both, depending on what DMR I'm using. If I'm using like the Deadeye, I keep it on crosshair, but if I'm using like the Mamba, I always put it on circle. For some reason I hit more with the Mamba on circle. But yes, it depends on what gun I'm using, depending on if I'm going to put it on regular crosshair or circle. For socials, I play on NA East and I have Do Not Disturb off.
Turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction cause they know Brit Mo, I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham, this ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey.